Hello and welcome to another Oblivion Plays prepared video where I'll be starting a 3-part episode that covers a recent flight I did for my Twitch channel. In this series I'll fly another British Airways VA flight from Jersey to Gatwick in the Aerosoft Airbus. I hope you enjoy.
Hi Captain, how are you today?
Good, thanks. Alright, set up briefing. Try. Yep. Hello Flyby. E175 I believe. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the bit at the front. The texture seems to be all messed up. It kind of seems to be copied and pasted. RIP. Yeah, no, it won't need turn packs off. Let's have a look at that. Oh dear. Flabby. I swear that's never happened before. Not good. Right. Oh, it's looking quite nice in the dark actually. All these lights. A fellow British Airways and an EZdok next to us. There's another Flyby over there. Right. Anyway, let's actually do some work. Get those navs on. Turn off these. Put the pumps on. Nav and logo lights on, and arm the emergency escapes.
Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you for a wonderful
Right,
flight.
load and fuel. I should have done this before I activated GSX, not to worry. And then, if we go into the init page, EGJJ, and then EGKK. It's really weird. I tried to fire this route yesterday and it let me put an alternate in, but it's not letting me do that today. Right, so temperature wise, minus 17. Cost index 20. Flight number bought Speedbird 2775. .7 for the block, and then the flight plan. Right, so let's get some clearance. Whoa. It's 129 something. 129. Decimal 4. There we go.
Algérie 11-23, bonsoir.
Algérie 11-23, bonsoir.
Avec l'information Victor, nous sommes au parking uniforme 5 et on est prêt pour la mise en route pratiquement dans 5 minutes.
That was very loud on my headphones, I don't know about you.
27, un PTV 8 Yankee, 7, 6, 2 et 4.
Autorisé à mettre en route, sortie standard PTV 8 Yankee, transpondeur 7, 6, 2, 4 et la 27 en prévision, Algérie 11-23.
C'est correct, 11-23, contacté 21.6, au revoir.
1.6, au revoir monsieur.
Clearance delivery, Speedbird 2775. Our parking position is Terminal 1, Gate 6, information, Whiskey, request clearance.
British Airways 2775. Status is correct. Clear to EGKK. Fly MLRT Alpha 2 Alpha. Departure route runway 26. Initial altitude is 5,000. Expect flight level 110. Transponder 27526. QNH 1006.
Cleared by ORT Alpha 2 Alpha. Initial altitude is 5,000, flight level 110, then 10 minutes after departure. Squawk 7526, Speedbird 2775.
British Airways
980.
2775. Feedback correct. Ground control on 1.1.9er.
Do
Roger
donuts.
121.9er. Speedbird 2775.
Looks like it says donut, but I think it is right. Just double check. Yep. It's Astra 4 Delta, I think. I know, for Astra 4 Charlie.
On peut prendre fonctionner à l'envers, c'est 69. Il faut que je demande. Ok, bon ben, on va peut-être prendre éco-unité alors.
Yut. And then back to the init page, just make sure that's all looking good. Yeah, got 45 minutes reserve. Perf page. Flaps 2. And that was up 1.2. And then we're not flexing. Runway's too short. Transition altitude's correct. And that's all looking good. Leave on the takeoff page. Okie dokie, so the QNH is 1006. And we're going to, well, push those in, and then we're going to 5,000 initially. And that's looking good. We'll leave that in flight director LS off. Turn on the weather brightness. It's otherwise looking good.
I'm out for the walk around.
Have fun. And then just make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh, signs. Of course. Yeah, pretty much done. Just double check the briefing's all set, and then we'll do that when he comes back.
I'm back from the walk around and everything looks good.
That's what we like to hear. Right, so the briefing.
Are you ready for the takeoff brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, we have no MEL issues today. I will be the pilot flying. It will be a standard takeoff, using noise abatement departure procedure 1. And it will be a full thrust takeoff. We will use config 2 for takeoff. The runway condition is dry. As for anti-ice, it's not required. The packs will be off for an unpressurized takeoff. We will use standard calls today. At or below 100 knots, I'll reject for any warnings. Below V1, I will only reject for an engine failure, a fire of any kind, a configuration warning, or anything I deem will adversely affect the safety of the aircraft. I will reject the takeoff by calling stop. If you could monitor that the auto brakes have activated and that the spoilers have deployed. Once we stop,
That cool guy's ugly one. Thanks very much for the follow.
Side of the aircraft will be downwind and we'll evacuate through the open side. I'll advise the cabin and you talk to ATC.
How are you doing?
Above V1, we'll take the aircraft into the air, sort it out there, and decide if we need to return to the airfield. If you notice anything amiss during the takeoff roll, please notify me. Any questions?
That's checked and no questions.
No
Takeoff
questions.
brief complete.
Hi, Captain. May we start boarding now?
Yes.
Great.
Right, so let's get catering on board.
France 2000 avec le sol 121
A sec.
On roule stop Fox 7 Air France Alpha Papa.
The safe dock is going mad. Clearly thinks I'm not in the right position.
P25, after 2 traffic passing behind you, pushback is approved facing east, blue line.
After 2 traffic behind, facing east, blue line, Italia 325.
I'm quite keen doing a flight from Amsterdam all the way down to Bonaire in the Caribbean. Also, like, you know, St Martin and all those islands. Once I get the time, and once Aerosoft release the A330 or PMGG release the 747, which is very exciting. I don't know if you guys have been following, but they've been releasing some updates quite recently, and it's looking absolutely amazing. Hello, Noslom. How are you doing? You joined EasySim. No, I literally was just saying that'd be quite a good one to join. The VAs I'm with are well, BA obviously, and Flybe, and also BMI Regional. Although I very rarely fly for them because they're quite a quiet VA. There's no requirement to fly a certain amount of times per month or anything like that. So they're quite a nice one to have in the background. It's just basically so I can fly the ERJ 135. One of the regional jets by Embraer. But if Ryanair are quite lax about that, that'd be quite good, and I probably will join them and then just fly whenever I can. I really wanted to fly the route that I did over the summer, which you can see on my YouTube page. Actually, I've recorded the flight. I flew from Stansted to I think it's pronounced. How do they pronounce it in Spanish? Zaragoza, because the English pronunciation is Zaragoza, but it's actually pronounced Zaragoza in Spanish, which obviously is in the north of Spain near the Pyrenees. That was quite a fun flight. It's got quite an interesting approach actually. It's a military airfield. Well, it's shared with the military. It's a small commercial airfield, and then they share it with the Spanish RAF, Spanish Air Force. Right, let's get boarding. So I'd quite like to do that flight. I don't think there's any decent scenery for Zaragoza. I think there's some freeware, but it's worth flying anyway. It's quite an interesting route.
Captain, I have your load and...
Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Captain.
Don't know why EZdok seems to be
seeing you later.
throwing me in all kind of directions. Right, where's that baggage? Here it comes. Sorry, I'm probably making you feel a bit motion sick with all these flying around with the views, but it should be a good one now. Yeah, you're right, Nafsalam. Yeah, the islands. Well, I guess all the holiday destinations are fairly good, but mainland. I don't think I've even seen a Madrid scenery. I mean, there's obviously the Barcelona scenery by Aerosoft. I've got that one, but other than that, I don't think I've come across anything. I mean, I've got La Palma, and I've got. Oh no, I don't have any of the other scenery. Yeah, so I know Madeira's got scenery. And I think there's a few of the Canary Islands. I think there's Mallorca and Mallorca. But yeah, you're right. I don't think there's very much on the mainland. Other than, there might be. I'm assuming there probably is a Madrid somewhere. But I haven't seen it. I don't know if Aerosoft makes it, but I know that Aerosoft make the Barcelona scenery.
I check where the now
Barcelona.
8 or 9 aircraft waiting.
I know. Well, that's the. I don't know. The double-edged sword of add-on scenery is it looks fantastic, but once you start using it, you can't use the default scenery anymore. I pretty much don't fly to any default scenery because it's just not the same experience. I mean, luckily because I'm based in the UK, all my local and frequently flown to airports that are pretty much covered by UK2000, which obviously is the same is what I'm using at the moment at Jersey. UK2000 already. I mean, to be honest, when you compare it to some of the more recent Aerosoft sceneries and some of the Fly Tampa and all them, the quality's nowhere near as good, but for the price, it's a bargain really, and I think he is getting a lot better as well. I'm just waiting for him to release the new. This is what I meant about the doors. The new Gatwick scenery, because I'm actually not re-recording, but re-flying this route because I tried it a couple of days ago and I got an OOM, which is quite impressive in Pred version 3, but it really doesn't seem to be very optimised. I mean, the Aerosoft Airbus is pretty bad in itself. I think it uses about 500 meg of VAS, but Gatwick was just for some reason throwing me over the edge and it was really bad. So fingers crossed that, and touch wood, that it doesn't happen today. I did do a lot of tweaking and managed to knock off about 200 or 300 megabytes of VAS off, so fingers crossed that should be alright this time. Yeah, I think Gary needs to sort out the Gatwick scenery and just make it a little bit more optimised. But he said it's on the list of his sceneries to fix this year. So, hopefully.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from the flight deck, this is the captain speaking.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'd
was
like to
stormy
welcome
weather, so
aboard this
the
flight today.
clouds are obviously adding
Just a
quite a lot
couple
of
quick words about safety.
VAS on,
In a
and
moment,
then
the cabin
I don't know,
crew will be giving you
for
a
whatever
safety
reason.
demonstration. Even for the frequent flyers amongst
I
you,
mean, I have
urge you all to
UK2000,
give
not
the signal for
UK2000,
this
I have
detection,
ORBX
as it's not
England
just for your safety,
on as
but also
well.
for those around you.
So I mean, I am pushing it a little bit, but
To keep your seatbelt fastened whilst you're remain seated.
yeah, it's almost as bad as Heathrow for some reason.
In the event of unexpected I would also like to remind all passengers that this is a non-smoking flight and that smoking aboard the aircraft is a criminal offence. As for now, we're just waiting for the final pieces of paperwork, then we'll be able to close the doors, get our clearance from ATC and be on our way. With those formalities out of the way, please feel free to sit back, relax, make full use of all the facilities aboard this aircraft as you wish. I'll talk to you again in the cruise. Thank you.
Right, yeah, let's get the APU on now. That's APU online.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead. Oop. Go ahead.
My captain, we're removing the jetway now.
Thanks. Not that we have a jetway.
Fox Zulu derrière Fox 9 également. Fox Zulu, eh bien vous, ce sera ligne centrale pour Delta 3, bonsoir. Pour Delta 3, Fox Zulu, bonsoir.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Please disconnect external power.
Roger. Disconnecting the GPU.
Before start procedures.
Okay.
Captain, the GPU is now disconnected.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is ready to go.
On va peut-être prendre
Thanks.
incognité alors.
If you need anything, just let me know.
No, I'm not in VATSIM. I'm using Pro-ATC. Before start checklist to the line.
Before start checklist down to the line. Cockpit preparation.
Completed.
Completed. Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On.
Ideas.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
Oh, I hate it when this happens. EZdok is so...
Takeoff data.
Oops. It somehow picked up that as 3000. Set.
7.62, taxi landing point 27, behind the 767
Set.
on your left.
Baro ref.
Behind the 767.
1006 set.
1006 set. Before start checklist completed to the line.
Yeah, EZdok just keeps bugging out on this prepared version 3. I mean, that the arrow keys just occasionally stop. Well, not occasionally, pretty much every single time stop working. Anyway, let's do the accurate pressure check. See it going up. And the parking brake set. Before start checklist below the line.
Before start checklist below the line. Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
Is on. On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Set.
Before start checklist complete.